Ghost, had to double the dose. Make these devils run like P.E. I'm with D.D. Gave his life up freely, now I'm in him completely.
What is up, my beautiful people? Welcome to this amazing video. Today, I want to speak to you specially about tests. All right, so we've all had challenging points in our lives, times where it's like, what is going on? It's like test after test, temptation after temptation, and worse off, maybe you're actually just messing up in all of it. Maybe you seem to be failing at these moments, these trying times. But I want to tell you some important things that you have to know about such a testing period, as some may call it. So the first thing I want you to know, so that you can be successful when it comes to these things, is that the test is not from God. Now, contrary to popular opinion or belief, tests don't actually come from God. These temptations, these trying times don't necessarily come from God. And I want to show you this from the scriptures. Let's go to James chapter 1, verse 13. It says, "Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man." That's plain, that's simple. It says God is not tempted with evil, and he doesn't tempt or test people. He says, "But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust has conceived, it brings forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, brings forth death." So it's something he wants you to understand. The next part says, "Do not err, my beloved brethren." It says, don't make a mistake, my people. "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning." So I want you to see, first of all, that the tests are not from God. God is not trying to prove your character or test whether you really trust him about anything. But tests are just a part of life. Jesus said in the book of Luke that tests must come, trying times must come. But he says, "Woe unto that one by whom these trials come." But what you must understand is life is full of tests. But first, recognize it's not from God. God is not trying to test you or prove something about you, not necessarily. The second thing that I want you to know when it comes to tests is that tests are actually to improve you. Now, trying times are either to take you down, or you choose by enduring through them and choosing to be successful to be at the top. And this is something you must understand. So you're now like, oh, doesn't that mean that God's trying to make me a better person, right? By giving me these tests or trials? But no, that's not what's happening. Okay, God is not the one bringing the test to you, but tests are part of life. Okay, they're part of the stages you go through in life, and they make you better. The Bible says in the book of Peter, First Peter, that the trying of our faith is more precious than gold that perishes. When your faith is tried, the genuineness is brought out of it. You know, in Romans chapter 5, it says that tribulation works patience. Okay, it yields patience, it brings out endurance from you. Remember when we were talking about progress, and I said the only way to actually progress is to take on more, is to go through harder things, because that's how we are improved. That's how your substance is tested. So there's no proof of your faith without a test. So it's what gains you approval. So that's the second thing you need to know. They are to improve you. And the third thing is that tests indicate that you are growing. You see, snakes change scales. Snakes change scales. As you grow, the old skin becomes uncomfortable. The old life becomes uncomfortable. Certain things about you begin to alter. Not just because God is trying to bring some test to you to bring out something about you, but you are actually leveling up. You're about to change form. So it's also a sign of growth. It's a sign that you're about to break into a new level, into something new. So your question, or the question on your heart, would be, when I'm tested, when I'm going through things, what should my reaction be? James still tells us in chapter 1 and verse 2. He says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith works patience." So when your faith is tried, it works patience. It exercises your endurance. And it says, "Let patience have her perfect work in you, that you may be perfect and entire, lacking nothing, wanting nothing." So you see that it improves you. It makes you a better person. It only strengthens you. And it says, let it have its perfect work. So the first thing is, you have to count it all joy. Be happy that you're going through that time. And then later on, he says, blessed is the man that endures temptation. So, no matter what happens, recognize that you're blessed when you endure temptation. So, as the trying times come, as those oppositions come, as those barriers seem to come, endure. Endure till the end. Let patience have a perfect work in you. What you'd realize eventually is that you're becoming a better person. You're stepping into a new level of life. And as you endure temptation, you go higher and higher and higher. It'll cause you to shine even more brightly. So this is just a short thing for you to understand about trying times, tempting times, like test after test. Recognize God is not the one just trying to get something out of you or trying to prove your character before he can grant you some gift. No. Trying times come in life. Hard times come in life, but to prove your character, right? To prove your character. So win in the test. Choose to win. Choose to win. And always remember, with every temptation, the Bible says in Corinthians that there is no temptation that has yet come to man that is above him, that is not common to every other person. But he says it's that which is common to man. And with every temptation, God makes a way of escape. So be conscious that there's a way of escape. There's something you do. And the Lord would help you. He would strengthen you against such times. One of the important things that you can do when you get into these moments is to pray. James says, is any afflicted? Meaning, is any going through hard times? Let him pray. Let him pray. So it's a time to strengthen yourself spiritually through prayer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you've learned from this amazing thing. Got lots more to share with you. Thank you for tuning in to this week's video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.